They didn't win battles with guns. They fought with ideas, courage, and diplomacy. These are the Americans who won the Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize, established in 1901, honors individuals and organizations that have made extraordinary efforts to promote peace, resolve conflict, and uplift humanity. Since then, several remarkable Americans have received it. Let's meet them. Number 1. Theodore Roosevelt. He was the 26th President of the United States. Theodore Roosevelt was given the prize in 1906 for negotiating peace in the Russo-Japanese War and resolving a dispute with Mexico with arbitration. He was the first American statesman to receive the Peace Prize, and it was protested by the Norwegian left, who said Alfred Nobel was turning over in his grave. Roosevelt, they said, was a military-mad imperialist who had conquered the Philippines for America. Swedish newspapers opined that Norway gave the prize to him only win influence after the dissolution of the Union of Norway and Sweden the year before. Number 2. Elihu Root. In 1912, Secretary of State Elihu Root was awarded the prize for his work to bring nations together through treaties of arbitration and cooperation. Number 3. Woodrow Wilson. Another U.S. President. Another war, World War I. Wilson proposed the League of Nations, a revolutionary idea meant to prevent future global conflicts. He was awarded the Peace Prize in 1919 for this visionary idea, even though the U.S. never joined the League. A man of ideals, whose legacy shaped modern diplomacy. Number 4. Charles Gates Dawes. Charles Gates Dawes received the prize in 1925 for his contributions to reducing the tension between Germany and France after World War I. He served as Vice President of the United States from 1925 to 1929 and was chairman of the Allied Reparation Commission. Dawes shared the prize with Sir Austen Chamberlain of the United Kingdom. Number 5. Nicholas Murray Butler. Nicholas Murray Butler was given the award in 1931 for his efforts to strengthen international law and the International Court at The Hague. He served as president of Columbia University, head of Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, and promoted the 1928 Bryan-Kellogg Pact, providing for the renunciation of war as an instrument of national policy. Number 6. Jane Addams. The first American woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Jane Addams was a social reformer and activist, founder of Hull House in Chicago, and a pioneer of the women's peace movement during World War I. She championed justice, peace, and women's rights, decades before they were popular causes. Number 7. Cordell Hull. He served as Secretary of State under President Franklin Roosevelt. His contribution: he laid the foundation for what would become the United Nations. For this, he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1945, just as World War II came to a devastating end. Number 8. John Raleigh Mott. In 1946, as a chair of the International Missionary Council and president of the World Alliance of Young Men's Christian Associations, YMCA, John Raleigh Mott received the award. It was for his role creating a peace-promoting religious brotherhood across national boundaries. Number 9. Emily Green Balch. It was 1946 when Emily Green Balch, professor of history and sociology, honorary international president, Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, was given the prize at age 79 for her lifelong work fighting against war, though she did favor taking action against Hitler and Mussolini's fascist regimes in World War II. Number 10. Ralph Bunche in 1950. Harvard University professor Ralph Bunche was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his role as acting mediator in Palestine in 1948. He was the first African American to be awarded the prize. Bunche negotiated a ceasefire agreement between Arabs and Israelis following the war that broke out after the creation of the State of Israel. Number 11. Martin Luther King, Jr. Martin Luther, leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for civil rights and social justice in the fight against racial discrimination in the United States, especially the segregated South. King led a movement based on Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence. He was assassinated by a white racist 4 years after receiving the Peace Prize. Number 12. Henry Kissinger. A controversial pick. Henry Kissinger, U.S. Secretary of State, shared the Peace Prize with North Vietnamese diplomat Lưu Duc Tho for negotiating a ceasefire in the Vietnam War. Though declined the prize, Kissinger accepted it. The war continued. Peace? Maybe. Controversy? Definitely. Number 13. Jimmy Carter. He was once called a failed president, but history had other plans. Decades after leaving office, Jimmy Carter was honored for his humanitarian work around the world, through the Carter Center, resolving conflicts, promoting democracy, and fighting disease. According to the committee, Jimmy Carter was awarded for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. Number 14. Al Gore. From Vice President to Climate Crusader. Al Gore shared the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize with the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, for raising awareness of climate change and the global need for environmental action. According to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, they had admitted Al Gore's efforts to build up and disseminate greater knowledge about man-made climate change and to lay the foundations for the measures that are needed to counteract such change. Number 15. Barack Obama. President Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009, a choice that surprised many around the world because the 44th President of the United States had been in office less than a year when he was given the honor for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between the people. The Nobel Selection Committee wrote, "Only very rarely has a person to the same extent as Obama captured the world's attention and given its people hope for a better future. His diplomacy is founded in the concept that those who are to lead the world must do so on the basis of values and attitudes that are shared by the majority of the world's population." Number 16. International organizations led by Americans. Some peace prizes were awarded to organizations founded or led by Americans, such as the American Friends Service Committee in 1947, a Quaker group promoting nonviolence and aid to refugees. These, too, are part of America's contribution to global peace. From presidents to preachers, from environmentalists to reformers, these Nobel laureates remind us of one thing: peace is not passive. It takes courage. It takes persistence. It takes action. Their journeys were not perfect. Their victories were not always permanent. But they dared to lead when the world needed peace. America's Nobel Peace Prize winners reflect both the nation's contradictions and its hopes. They stood at the edge of history, reached across borders, and reminded us all: peace is possible, but only if we work for it.